be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's it, see. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah!
Hi, happy Saturday, all my fellow coolest geeks out there. It is I, Jesse Blaze Snider, the coolest geek alive, coming at you with a coolest classic, a favorite movie of mine. I don't remember what inspired me to do it, but somebody brought up Demolition Man the other day. And it's funny because it has been so, I don't know, what's the word, psychic or telling of the future. It really foreshadowed lots of things that are happening today in the world of Demolition Man. You basically have this, it opens with this crazy criminal played by Wesley Snipes playing one of my favorite villains of all time, if not the favorite villain of all time for me in any movie, Phoenix. I forget what his last name is, something Phoenix. I'll pull up the IMDb in a second, I'll have it. Him and Stallone's going after him. Basically, Stallone gets him, and then Stallone ends up being arrested too. The super cop and the super bad guy get put into this brand new prison, this cryo prison, that basically their future is now undecided. It'll be decided sometime in the future when they're unthawed. The police officer played by Sylvester Stallone is John Spartan, and the bad guy played by Wesley Snipes is Simon Phoenix. So basically something goes down where Phoenix wakes up in the future, and essentially he's been given some sort of abilities that he's not supposed to have over some of the electronics that are now governing the society. And he is off to the races, kind of taking over and kicking ass, because essentially in this future, they've gotten rid of all masculinity. And now this real masculine bad guy shows up, and there's nobody to stand up to him. Nobody really knows how to fight somebody quite like him. So they unthaw Stallone's character to bring him in. And it goes from there. And, when I do these picks and these classics, I don't like to spoil things. So I'm not going to spoil a lot. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the show. And again, I tried to numb myself up pretty good before I did the show. I don't know if I sound a little bit like I have a lisp. I'm going through some dental stuff, but it's all good. Getting through it. The kind of love interest here and great part for her is Sandra Bullock, who is super cutesy and has great comedic timing and is very charming. And in this role, she really sells the future and what the future is like authentically. I really think that she, kind of is like a make or break role. If it wasn't her, movie might not have been as great as I think it really is. It's one of those movies that I think was shortchanged at the time and people didn't think much of it maybe, but man, Wesley Snipes just alone as that bad guy is just incredible. You've got a great little Benjamin Pratt playing Alfredo Garcia. He's one of the other cops who's like neutered, the non-masculine men in the future. Some great guest appearances by various character actors, includes Dennis Leary playing the leader of the underground faction of people who are kind of unhappy with the new state of things. And Rob Schneider's got a great B part in there as one of the police officers. There's really a ton, but the movie is fun and it's funny and it's action-packed. There's so much. It starts off with a bang and really gets going very quick. And, I mean, there's talk, or I've seen people talk about how the villain is important. And specifically, I've seen Sylvester Stallone talk about how important the villain is. And he's had Apollo Creed and he's had Ivan Drago and others in his various, action films. And I don't know if he produced this. I should really look up. Let me see if I can find out if he did. But it definitely seems to be the case that somebody recognized that a really good villain was important. And, just as much great screen time as Sylvester Stallone gets, Wesley Snipes gets a lot of your time, and it's great. And the future that they put is even funnier now because we're living in a version of it that didn't exist yesterday when it was made. It was kind of a predictor of the places we would go. And I really think it's got that much more. It's like that movie Idiocracy, where just as the years have gone on, it's earned that much more of a following and that much more people going, oh man, this is great. And it's not a comedy, but I mean, it is. It's like, an action comedy. It's really just a well-rounded movie. That's why I like it. I think in general, it's one of the more balanced films you'll see. Got a little bit of romance, got a little bit of action, got a little bit of comedy. The stakes are high and serious. It's really solid. And it builds to a great crescendo in the end. It's got a great ending. One of those few movies where you're like, this is great, and then it ends, and you're not disappointed. Like it's really a solid flick. And there's a lot going on in what seems like a silly Demolition Man, action movie, but it's way smarter than it has any right to be. Just before I wrap up, like chatting about it, we'll just pull up Marco Brambilla was the director, which I don't know Marco, but apparently he's known for Heaven's Gate, The Four Temperaments, Districted, Demolition Man. I don't know any of his movies. I'm a little glancing at his thing, seeing if there's anything I know. Kanye West featuring Dwell Power. I've never seen that, but maybe you have. All right, well, Kanye thinks he's cool. I mean, he directed Demolition Man. I'm into it. I should kind of go and watch his movies because these are awesome. And who wrote this motherfucker? It's so funny. Have you ever watched? It's worth watching. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone talking about how they were competing for movies and how Arnold Schwarzenegger famously tricked Sylvester Stallone into doing "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot." I thought that was fucking hysterical. So let's see. We got 3 writers here. Peter M. Okay, so he was one executive producer for 24. Executive produced Rest in PD and Hawaii Five-0, CSI. Okay, so he's worked on a lot of really big things. Yeah, I mean, this movie is really uniquely awesome, and I was wondering if I was going to find anything that like blew my mind because I didn't know any of the people who worked on this stuff. I'm looking at the other writers right now. They haven't really done very much. This guy wrote Hudson Hawk. I love Hudson Hawk. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Daniel Waters is one of the screenwriters. He's known for Heathers, written by screenplay on Hudson Hawk. I love Hudson Hawk. Sex and Death 101, Batman Returns screenplay. This guy's got some cool. He's got some cool credits here. I don't see much more than that. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. I've never seen that one. I hear that one's kind of cool. Well, that's cool. All right. See, somebody who might be responsible for why this thing is secretly really dope. But I mean, there's some other good credits on that thing. I don't watch a lot of CSI, but 24 is a cool show. Anyway, I think that Demolition Man is one of the. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm on a lot of drugs for my teeth and dealing with weird little buzzing in my ear right now. So sorry. But this came out in the late 90s, and I mean, like, this is when, like, the transition was happening away from, like, the 80s action movies. And this is definitely an answer to why it's so great and the parts of society that were changing that wanted to change it in a very specific way to sort of get rid of masculinity. And it's pretty funny and fun and meaningful in this modern day and age that we're living in. And, I want to go talk to them and see who's psychic or who knows what, who's an Illuminati. Which one of you knew what was happening? Anyway, Demolition Man, I highly recommend it. I'm going to see you guys next Saturday for another Coolest Pick or Coolest Classic. And I hope I'll see you this Wednesday for another fucking awesome episode of The Coolest Geek Alive. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye-bye. You've been listening to Coolest Geek Alive with me, your host, Jesse Blaze Snider. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more excellent geek culture content. Thanks for listening.
It's my favorite part! Isn't that heavy? I played that. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Coolest alive. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Stay with your tribe. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Revenge of the Geeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Week after weeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Laughing with you. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And crying sometimes too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Spelling it out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Making you shout. I'm a genius. I've got lyrics coming out me bum for days. You like that? It's a kazoo solo. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Talking some shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Living the shit. My voice is gonna be fucking awesome. Food in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Get in the mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Tell all your friends. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Call right on text. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Raising the bar. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Straight to the stars. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's starting soon. Straight to the top. Awesome. Passing the moon. It's gonna be fucking awesome. On with the show. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Ready, set, go. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wait. You'll see. You'll all see.
You'll all see.
The podcast playground.